Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. Your key to the week this week is the Death card. What are you ready to let go of, release, or to allow perish? Whenever we see the Death card, we are always presented with a choice, with an option of some sort, where we have to release something, we have to let something go, where something has effectively come full circle, or it's paid its dues, or we've paid our dues to it. This is where we see the final culmination of an experience, of a relationship, of a connection. It can be anything across the board, right? So let's have a look at what this might relate to for you. For your actions and options this week, you have the Knight of Cups. Sorry, I had a little bit of a blank moment there. So this is interesting because it could feature this week that a Scorpio person may very well be a part of your week. This might be somebody that you're connecting with or connecting to. Now, because you have the Knight of Cups here as well, this is about what you're doing. So this is about you creating an opportunity for yourself, or maybe even creating an opportunity for somebody else. This could see you being very proactive this week, pretty much getting on that front foot kind of energy and saying, right, okay, you know what? If I don't have the opportunities around me that I want, or maybe they're not being presented to me, I'm going to create my own opportunity and ask somebody if they're, you know, if they want to, maybe not even collaborate. I think it's more just a case of you creating a lane of your own, right? And when you do that, big success always is attached to it in some point, because it means that you've had the guts to go after something that nobody else has. You know, especially if you're at the forefront or at the center of it. For your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Cups. So, I mean, when it comes to communication this week, it could be that maybe you are expecting too much of people. Maybe this is one of the things or the patterns of behavior that you're trying to phase out this week. And that's not, you know, I think this week it could be highlighted to you where maybe you expect too much, or maybe you ask for too much, or maybe whatever it is that you're asking for, you're asking the wrong person for it. Maybe they're not able to deliver what it is that you require, what it is that you need. And if that is the case, I think it's going to be highlighted to you this week. The other part of this, it does look like whatever you do have on the go, this is going to be a week where you're kind of saying, right, you know what, I can't be attached to this, which means this week you could be getting very selective, or you could be removing or releasing whatever connections or projects are just now kind of getting in the way of the ones that are actually starting to do something. This could be you really going through the process of letting people know, you know what, I'm no longer invested in A, B, and C. Okay, for your money and materials, you have the Seven of Swords. This is not an easy card. And I mean, especially when it comes to money and finances, this is not a good week to put your money where your mouth is. It's not a good week to invest. Especially if somebody comes to you this week and they've got a tip for something that can make money, or, you know, why don't you invest in this, or why don't you get this, or why don't you get one of these? No, not this week. The energy just isn't there for it. The Seven of Swords kind of suggests that this person may be ill-informed. Maybe they are, you know, for a select few, maybe they could actively be kind of trying to deceive you or withhold certain information. But either which way, you don't have all the facts this week. So if there's a big purchase or something that you are, you know, being invited to invest in, this is not the week for it. The energy won't hold up, and the chances are it will be a financial hit at some point. So when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this could be a week where you end up, you know, maybe when you try, because sometimes when you do too much at once, you kind of get haphazard, and this could be a week where you could end up twisting something, pulling a muscle, or something, you know, and something that maybe not necessarily causes massive problems, but it will create some sort of a, almost like some sort of a, do you know what I mean? Like it's just some sort of annoying kind of niggling injury that you just don't need at this moment in time. Look after your physical self in that respect this week, you know. So if you're lifting something, lift it properly. If you're, you know, don't do that whole leaning over and twisting and then pulling something off the shelf this week. It'll catch you out. For your home and environment, it looks like there's news coming into the home this week, because that's the 2 sevens there, and it comes with the Knight of Cups, which kind of suggests that there's something that you're bringing into the home this week. So just be aware of that. You know, it doesn't have to be illness or anything like that. It could just be, you know, maybe somebody at work puts you in a foul mood and you end up bringing it home. Try not to, you know, unless of course you're single, in which case you can stomp about the place as much as you like. For your love and relations, you have the Moon card. This is right underneath the 7 of Cups. Sleeping could definitely be an issue this week, especially with the Death card, as could overindulgence this week in whatever your vice may be. You know, from alcohol to sugar and everything in between. For those of you that are single, the energy is definitely not there. If you are meeting somebody this week, just be very cautious, because the chances are, again, you don't have all the information about this person. And with the Moon card there, this person could either be, you know, maybe they already have a partner, maybe they are already otherwise engaged, you know, with the 7 of Cups and the Death card as well, and the 7 of Swords. There could be some, I mean, the list goes on. I could wax lyrical about this. There's definitely something that you don't know about a new prospect when it comes to a partner or you know, this is single people that are meeting somebody new. Just be very, very wary this week. For those of you that are partnered, you could kind of be getting on each other's nerves a little bit this week, and just with these cards, you know, the 7 of Cups is a little bit confusing. The 7 of Swords is, you know, maybe you don't feel like you're getting the whole story behind something, and then because you've got the Death card here, this looks like you are getting past it, but it looks like it's going to come to a head first. This is something that you probably want to be aware of this week, and finding some sort of outlet. I mean, we're getting into these times now. If you've been following the astrology, if you've been, you know, seeing the card readings as well that I've done, you know, in advance, we're starting to get into those more tense sort of moments now. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out for you guys. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I hope you have at least as much of a conscious week as you possibly can, no matter how challenging it is. Take care, and I'll see you soon.